Hey there, Smite fans. Welcome back for game number 2, Isurus Gaming versus Frikingos. Isurus up 1-0. And, well, they seem to be, at least from game number 1, a dominant team. This seems to be a very, very convincing matchup in their favor now. Can Frikingos battle it back for game number 2?
Well, I mean, we've seen definitely teams being farther behind and then winning game 2. I mean, they're definitely not out of it just yet, but there's pressure.
Those games often come on the back of, I don't want to call them cheese, but similar to the cheese-style strategy. At least pocket picks tend to do it. And with Loki kind of already being a standard pick, like, what's really left in the pool that you can kind of pick up? Maybe like a Kali or something like that, right? For Frikingos to kind of bring this one back. You know, they need some kind of late game. People aren't used to dealing with it. Maybe hyper carry to bring them out of this morass. Because it seems like they kind of lost all their lanes. So how do you win when you lose all your lanes? You just play for late game, I guess.
See, to me, I think the biggest issue is that there's no way any of these teams have a massive amount, at least as a whole, of LAN experience or as tournament experience.
Yeah, nerves.
And they're going from, I mean, nothing in Smite to, hey, there's a $1.5 million prize pool. Good luck.
Yeah. Get thrown right in. But we are in game, ladies and gentlemen. It's game number 2, Isurus Gaming versus the Frikingos. And as you see, properly tagged this time are Isurus. ISHGX is their tag. And, well, we are underway. Let's go ahead and introduce your teams. No, let's not, as Dayton has found himself a bit of a tussle.
Yeah, I think both teams. Oh, Mercury's in a great spot. That's a whirlpool. He is very dead. Goodbye.
And too easy for me, who was very, very effective last game as well, once again flexing his muscles. This time with that first blood onto the side of the Mercury. But let's introduce your teams now as first blood has happened. It's Isurus Gaming wearing the blue trunks, bottom side of your minimap, left side of your spectator UI with the first blood as well under their belt. And it is on the back of too easy for me. He will be your solo lane Mercury yet again. Or no, jungle Mercury yet again. At least Johnny Boy once again on his Bakasura. Wolf RZ once again underneath. Tresdu will be the Poseidon, and that is Dayton on the Geb. So a little different picks for them, but they get their core the same there. Mercury and Bakasura with the Neath. On the other side, for the Frikingos, a.k.a. the Super Puppies, it is Tempesta DI. This time it's going to be an Isis for him instead of the Agni. Hopefully he'll do a bit better. Excelsior X is going to be your Hunbots, and that looks like it's going to be the jungler.
Does that look a little bit close to you? Are they playing with their camera zoomed in?
Maybe, yeah, they did look a little close. That could be on spectator side, though. Jetskis will be your Nua, and Jetskis will be your solo laner. Gambitol will be your Hunter as Apollo, paired up with Martin ERT as the Kumbhakarn.
I keep seeing J and Mages, and I keep thinking it says Jerby. Almost every single time I think it says Jerby. Even so, we're going to see him playing the Nua, this time in the solo lane, as Poseidon takes some damage there.
So Nua versus Bakasura, pretty similar to that Raw matchup, except for a little harder.
That's right, no movement speed this time.
Yeah, and well, the Raw was okay. He did die a couple times to Baka, but he got his farm.
And her early game isn't as, I think, effective.
Not as dominant, certainly.
Yeah, as Ra's. I mean, that heal is just like, hey, my creeps will never die.
Right, yeah. Nua's fine. Her lane clear is quite good in kind of the level 4+ range. Yeah, that type of early game, yeah, if that toss would have hit, it would have spelled
I don't think he has Somersault yet, so that could have done a lot of damage. Overall, though, neither team getting the best of either, except for that immediate first blood, still putting Isurus pretty far in the lead.
He actually did have Somersault there, so electing to take Spirit Monkey a bit late.
Huh, strange. Maybe not. I mean, I think I would prefer the jump as well, but we didn't see it get used. I think it might have just have been the retreat option.
Yeah, I mean, I would have. I like skilling the leap early there, too, especially against a Mercury. He's just got such crazy early game presence, and with a first blood Mercury nonetheless.
You know, and as you level it, of course, after getting level 1, it will start to reduce the cooldown, which is very, very important. But we have an invade on the red and a rotation coming through. We're still going to go to the blue team.
Yeah, and now here comes the turnaround. What can, well, it's really up to kind of too easy for me here. Can he back out of this one gracefully? Yes, looks like the Gab plus Poseidon. That's a lot of damage.
They should not have stopped there.
You should not back out of a whirlpool. He just ate all the ticks on that Kumba.
No, I'm saying, like, right there, there was no reason for Isurus to let that one go. They had complete control of that fight.
Yeah.
And I think I attribute most of that to Dayton. I mean, that Geb shield was brilliant.
Yeah, it was great. And you're right. I mean, I think maybe one more made you look could have secured a kill there, but you don't want to lose your Mercury with first blood. He's going to be worth quite a bit at this stage in the game, so I can respect the decision to back off there completely.
Hunbot's rotating into a lot of damage through the archers. If he doesn't choose to go back here, he has to be a little bit safer on his rotations. Any more rotations like that, he's going to spell it.
Yeah, but like, you don't want to leech off your duo lane.
Yeah, and a lot too. I mean, he's been there for 2 waves now.
Yeah, you can see. I mean, overhead smash.
Oh, and he's taking damage.
Yeah, he's lucky these minions aren't going to go down. There's the Hog trying to find level 5 for Wolf, but just not going to be there in time. They still need these backside archers, it looks like.
That would have been crazy.
Yeah.
If you caught that?
Yeah, absolutely.
That
yeah, you can see just how
nasty.
close she is to that level 5. And, well, already level 5 is Tres Du on the Poseidon. And the mid lane is
That's confusing.
he and, well, too easy for me. Too easy for me on the Mercury. This is where you want to leech experiences, in the mid lane when your mid laner needs to go back.
So we have 2 and Trace both trying to hit level 5.
And look at this. Orange buff. Come on, boys.
Yeah, this is not.
This will lose you
okay.
games against North American and European teams, for
You
sure.
would have lost that buff for sure. And then
Yeah.
weaken, or, I guess not weaken, sorry, buddy. Andy would have been rotating around your jungle, taking that, and then killing your duo lane.
Yeah, that's absolutely right. Like that's one thing that I'm definitely seeing here that, as these teams
Oh,
watch
they're
these
still
VOD
not
backs,
getting
they should be noting. Like, that buff needs to be picked up on cooldown.
You get it at 2 minutes, you get it every 6.
Yeah, and it definitely can't go unwarded, unprotected at the 3-minute mark. Like, that is a classic play. Let the left side mid camps go steal the orange buff away.
Oh, speaking of damage here, right side Nua taking a lot there, forcing into the ult. Bakasura not too threatened, but he should be because Hunbots is rotating and he has his
Hunbots
ult.
boots 2 with ultimate, has the leap, but
Baka went back in.
One more wave, Baka. Well, it's because he has the Poseidon here. They want to make the play into the Nuwa. They should get this kill for free with an ETH ultimate as well. Here comes the Hunbots
He's
ultimate.
diving for it. He might not get
Poseidon,
it. No, he does
please.
get
Yes,
it.
Poseidon does get it, and down goes the Baka as well.
He
but
took a lot of
Poseidon
damage.
takes almost all of his HP. That
Ooh,
knockback
that
may be enough now. Excelsior, he'll have another leap coming up in about 10 seconds. He has overhead smash, and the Monkey misses. Overhead smash, not going to be in time, and he may die to this one. Special delivery back in the
Baited.
whirlpool. Pop, 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 pop.
Major
Ultimate or Major Look could be
Got him.
needed, and Major Look will do it. Too easy for
I
me
looked.
with a second kill today. You looked, I looked, we all looked.
I definitely looked.
And somehow Tres Du makes it out of that with his life. It should have been an easy turnaround kill.
You can see that health potion that he had has ticked all the way through, giving him enough life to walk away. Once again, 3-1. Isurus hot on the path to eliminate Frikingos and fight for 0-4 in the finals.
Now almost 5 minutes, still no orange buff picked up.
That's actually driving me nuts.
Yeah, I'm like, just please.
Some steering.
There it is.
There you go. And they're going to split it too, sharing the experience, but it's super late.
Especially with a Mercury.
Yeah,
Right? It's like,
of all
this guy does
characters.
additional damage based on movement speed.
And plus, movement speed.
Yeah, also movement speed.
It's the greatest thing on the planet.
Yep.
Well, at least he has it now, I guess.
Fully.
Yes. So a lot of damage coming through.
Oh!
Missed the throwback. No extra damage. And Neath also missing the weave. No extra damage. Still, though, stays alive.
Yeah, a interesting Kumbhakarna pick here, honestly.
Yeah, not sure where this came out or why
And,
this
like,
came out.
Yeah, you don't see any, like, big charge-up ultimates that are going to be able to capitalize off of that banish.
Right.
So, like, what's the play here? They fall down into the Hunbots ult. Apollo gets a free hit. Like, I don't see the synergy there.
I mean, you need a Ra or like a Ra.
Oh, Ra or Kulkin or even like a Zhongkui that can.
Or like Ra.
Yeah, or Ra. I
Yeah.
assume Ra was banned in this game.
It has to be. I mean, he has been so dominant in every game that we've seen today.
Yeah. and
Nicer won twice.
Even
we
like
saw last
even
game. It won.
Mercury's okay, right? Like charge up the ultimate. Like anything that takes time to develop, it synergizes well with the Kumba.
Yeah.
Even Poseidon would be fine, but they just no, they don't have that.
Well, left side getting pressured once again. Neath doing a lot of damage to Apollo. Apollo's trying to trade out for those creeps.
Wolf seems
Ooh.
quite a bit ahead individually of Gambit here.
Well, not only in, I mean, just in skill. I mean,
That's what I'm talking about.
You,
Yeah,
you
I
take
mean,
a look at the levels; they're even.
in the 1v1. I mean,
I would
just-
never let him back here. I would have ulted that.
Yeah.
Don't let him back with half health. I mean, when you have wave advantage, I mean, there was no reason to. Damage coming through to Geb. Not that much, though. He's pretty tanky at this stage in the game. Beautiful, fear no evil. Can they capitalize? 3-man cataclysm, and there goes the Kraken.
Yeah, a little bit off the mark was the Apollo there. I think he could have maybe disrupted the front line a bit better. He's going to get wrapped up now by the Mercury. In the meantime, Johnny Boy does get the kill in the solo lane on the jet skis. This fight continues to rage on. Very low is bopped, and he makes it to the back line where it is Apollo who gets ready for the kill. They may lose their ISIS. In return, those Mercury's looking for those hits. 1-2, overhead smash. It may be enough. The crit came through,
Nice
and this
shot.
is so beautiful through the wall. Well played by the boys of Frikingos for now, but here comes Bakasura. No ultimate available. He's going to eat a lot of the swing gust. Mezzed out. He did get one hit. And no, Gamertall, do not fight the Bakasura.
That was a World of Warcraft top arena team level of CC chaining. That was beautiful. That was Mez, it was slows. I mean, That was what you want to see from a top Smite team right there. For all intents and purposes, we should have seen Bakasura pick up 3 kills. But their chain was perfect.
Yeah.
They were smart about who was body blocking, who was in the front, who was in the back, who was going to rotate, who was going to bait. And right there, Bakasura gains nothing on his late rotation. And just like that, Frikingos are back in the game.
He did pick up the kill on the jet skis before he went in, though,
That
which is
doesn't
pretty
count.
important. Well, I mean, it makes it so that rotation is basically free. Like, he's not losing tower. He's not
That's
losing XP versus relative to the new wall. So it came out okay for them. I don't think it's enough to really call that Frikingos winning that by a lot. Like, I doubt it really moved the charts much. It's maybe more of a moral victory.
Well, I mean, you take a look at the fact that it's 4-4 now instead of 3-1, and you're right. You can see the charts don't really get affected all that much. Gold, a very minor dip. Experience, very minor dip. But even so, they're showing, hey, we can fight. Maybe they won't get as aggressive. Nope, I was wrong.
Yeah, aggressing in, but it's a lot.
Backflip, though.
Yeah, that backflip is right on. And Kumba, you're standing on a ward, buddy.
No, that's his ward.
No, that's his ward.
He's
so
fine.
he's going to be okay. Neith is going to...
It's not even nap time.
Yeah, his passive is up anyway, you're right. Hunbots had no ultimate there, which would have... Well, I'm sorry, his ultimate there was avoided by the Neith completely, which
That
means this
backflip,
Gold
though.
Fury should be started up and taken pretty easily by Isurus. Without that Hunbots
Ice
ultimate,
is
that's going to do a
scary,
lot.
though.
Yeah, Isis is scary, but not scary enough when you have a Geb who can just stay in the front line. Cataclysm, Kraken, brilliant execution, and now it's Excelsior in the back line. Mercury, he went a bit too far, but still sunned out the bots. There's an Aether coming through, wrapped up. No, leaping over it is Excelsior.
This is the issue.
But they're going to run him down.
Communication. I mean, right there, they had a perfect line. Mercury ult goes in, everyone backs off. Neith ult goes in, everybody backs off. They need to communicate, saying, listen, I have this. It's coming up in 3 seconds. It has to be perfect. Now, all eyes on Kumbhakarna going for the steal. Gets flung back by a beautiful shot from Mercury. And it looks like the boys on Isurus will be able to pick that one up with a nice hog coming out from Geb. Another 1,500 gold plus 500 added, going to extend their lead up to 4,400.
Yeah, I mean, it is just the one day, right? And it is a LAN setting as well, as we should mention. These teams probably very little LAN experience between them. If any. Certainly none in Smite.
Yeah.
But
Shout out to Counter-Strike.
all things told here, I mean, this seems to be a little bit more of a gap between the teams than we saw in the first matchup.
Yeah.
The 4-4 versus Lime Caving seemed a little bit closer, and the 4-4 was kind of clearly a more established team. They weren't quite as tight in their game plan as Isurus is, and it left a lot more room for the Live Gaming team to kind of pull that one back, where here, Frikingos once again has basically lost all their lanes and are fighting from behind here against an Isurus team that really knows what they want, right? When you see at this kind of, not really the pro-am level, but the kind of like burgeoning professional level, when you see teams consistently going and getting the same 3 cores over and over and over again, it just goes to show you that, you know, they are very comfortable with the style of play, and you need to disrupt that somehow in your draft, and I don't think Frikingos has really managed that.
I think I agree. I mean, honestly, they haven't managed to do much. I mean, we saw the Fire Giant play was great, but after the Fire Giant play, their rotations are sloppy. Their team fight, the communication is definitely lacking.
Yeah.
I mean, I think that's the biggest issue is maybe even on both teams, maybe on all 4 teams, the communication in team fights is very, very sloppy. Sans, the one play where we saw Mez after slow, I mean, that was beautiful.
Trezdu, he's put up a pretty impressive performance so far in these 2 games, he has cooldown boots and poly, which is very inefficient.
Not okay.
Really, really.
Those things completely counteract each other.
Yeah.
Because if you hit with poly with cooldown boots, that means you're losing 30 damage. If you didn't have pen, I mean, it's 30 damage out the tube. You're building an item to do damage, you need to have it. And right now, he doesn't. I mean, this should have been a Bancrofts. That would have been great.
Yeah, Bancrofts would have been amazing. Even Chronos Pendant pen boots would have been probably the preferable choice.
Yeah, definitely.
Chronos boots, or Chronos Pendant, pen boots, Obsidian Shard is the 3 items that basically every mid laner should be buying.
Let's spoil all the new items.
Chronos boots.
Chronos boots incoming.
Yeah, no, the Chronos Pendant, pen
you
boots,
see the
Obsidian.
CC chain was beautiful, but the Geb shield was a little bit stronger.
Yeah, Geb Shield's just like, well, you did a lot of things, but not enough of them.
And even if you did more, I have a shield to stop it.
Yeah. Wolf, man. Wolf is just a sniper.
This guy does not miss.
Yeah, probably the most impressive player we've seen today.
I don't know. We'll see what happens in finals. If he gets the finals.
True.
Assuming that the things go the way he does. Oh, Kraken gonna be Aegis. Tidal Surge gonna be Aegis. Epic uppercut combo gonna be good right there. Doing some damage there. Geb Shield keeping it real. Unfortunately, they do wind up dropping at least one Mercury, not finding his target as Apollo sprints over. Geb very low as they turn their sights to the mid lane, and Bakasura putting in work.
Yeah, just nom 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 nom. Just right through the team there. Gambadol, he's going to try to fight 3. He's split. Nuaz on the right side. Hunbots is kind of behind, and Hunbots, not sure what he was doing hanging out there for that long. He doesn't find anything. Oh, the pin out onto Apollo, and the burst is real. Down he goes. Mercury barely surviving that one, but too easy for me. Doesn't get credit for that kill. Bakasura, well, he considered doing some damage to the tower there, but the Nuwa minions are going to dissuade him from continuing in. Gold Fury not available, so the teams won't be able to capitalize off of this, but yet another fight won by Isurus Gaming.
Wolf, honestly, has been the backbone, though we are seeing Johnny Boy with a much better game, too. His rotations are much better. Overall, though, Wolf has been very close to flawless. I mean, the ults are great. The movement is perfect. He's dodged multiple ults with backflip between the 2 games. I mean, the guy is absolutely on point.
If you are just joining us, ladies and gentlemen, this is the Latin American Regional LAN rebroadcast with English language. My name is hi-rez Bart. On co-commentary is
Mostly English.
Brandon Nance, Juice DM. Yeah, a little bit of Spanish toss in here or there.
I've said Trace 3 times today.
This is set number 2. It is a best of 3. In the first set, we saw 404 Gaming defeat Live Gaming. In set number 2 here, Isurus is up 1-0 and leading in game number 2 versus Frikingos. The winner of this game, they do go on and face each other in the finals just following this. Next weekend, same time, same place, right here on the Smite Game channel, we will have the Brazilian finals for you as well, and following that, the Chinese as well. They will all be delayed by at least 1 day to make sure that we are able to do it in English with the appropriate demos or VODs as needed.
The Chinese will be delayed multiple weeks.
That's right. Chinese was played last week and will be broadcast in about 2 weeks from now. Just to make sure that we were able to, with our regionals in North America and Europe, weren't able to cover the Chinese in the same week, but we will definitely make it happen for
My
you.
man Wolf laying down the law. Beautiful,
Yeah.
though. Make sure he gets out right there across the sky, used just to stop the Neath ult and the CC chain. But unfortunately for Apollo, the Gold Fury's up, and he's going to leave this one to his team.
Yeah, the Gold Fury is, I mean, Kumba, without a blink, it's going to be pretty tough there, buddy, to get in here. And yeah, he's going to think better of it. Moving to the right side. Spirit Ball comes out. Mercury Ultimate used just for good measure. Why not? Just making sure that no one's turning that corner in. Oh, Johnny Boy. Johnny Boy went 1v3, nearly 1v4, and gets at least 1 kill and pops. Forces a heavenly agility out of jet skis to not die to the minions as well. I would say worth. Made a lot of space as well.
Plus, by making that rotation happen, it was the Gold Fury.
Yeah, space created.
That is huge. Absolutely huge. So 11-6 right now. Isurus now with 2 Gold Furies, and we're at the 15-minute mark. Oh, he's trying for something. Geb Shield keeping him afloat. Geb Shield not going to be enough, and Geb goes down.
Backflip from Neath. Oh, Ice is just off the mark there, but Wing Gust is going to be enough. Toss back into the tower now. Pop, 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 pop. H Sameless there as well. Cracking ultimate.
Oh, jeez. The turnaround. Trace do with a Trace kill.
Now, imagine if he would have had damage items there.
He didn't need them.
He did not need them.
Thank God he had cooldown, Bart.
Yeah, he had his cooldowns up, and, well, that's enough. And a Polynomicon proc will be available for the tower, so a little bit extra tower push out of that Polynomicon. Hey, why not?
Shows us, man. I don't know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, that Charlie Kim build.
Oh,
you don't know the Charlie Kim?
No.
Charlie is a UI artist here at hi-rez and is notorious in internal playtests for building
sure.
Demonic Grip, Fatalis, Polynomicon Poseidon, and cleaning house.
Well, I mean, that's the #1 strategy in Joust now.
Yeah.
Is you just build attack speed Poseidon and make everyone hate themselves.
Yeah, you're just so fast.
You can't be touched.
Filthy, filthy god.
So let's see. I mean, he's going into that's going to be Chronos Pendant, or it could be Rada Tahuti.
And Rada Tahuti synergizes better with his Polynomicon, but Chronos Pendant caps his CDR.
Yeah, no, it doesn't. He doesn't have any CDR. Oh no, he has cooldown boots.
Yeah,
he doesn't have pen boots.
Yeah.
Oh jeez.
Yeah, caps his CDR.
It could be anything.
It could be a demonic.
It's a Doom Orb.
Yeah, it could be a Doom Orb. Exactly. No, it is Chronos Pendant, so cap CDR for old Poseidon here, which leads me to believe that the next item will be an Obsidian Shard. At least it kind of needs to be. Yeah,
I mean, 70 damage, a ton of penetration. Frikingos trying to answer back here. Tier 1 in contention on left side, but Neath rotates over, and she's got Geb on the way. And Mercury. I didn't even see the Mercury. I'm a caster. Where are you going, buddy? Where are you?
Tower's also that way.
Yeah, that's not how that works.
Fire Giant, though, started up by the Frikingos. They're going to look for sneaking again. But this time, Boxer is in position and a Kraken as well. Down goes 1, down goes 2 as well as Johnny Boy makes it to the back lines. There is no more Isis to speak of. And the Poseidon Kraken took care of the Hun bots. And, well, learning from their mistakes is Isurus Gaming. Another good quality to look for in these, like, kind of these regional prelims for Worlds.
That was a fool me once situation.
Yeah, Isurus not going to have it this time from the Super Puppies, if you will. And down they go. Poseidon showing off a bit of his wave clear there as well. Going to leech some XP off of this solo lane. And Now it's going to be the Fire Giant contest in earnest for Isurus Gaming. And well, they had 2 sentry wards down.
And Nua's not going to have the pressure they need. Whoa, whoa. All right, Bakasura, calm down.
Damage, please.
Oh, Kumba's in here. They need to.
Yep,
They need to move
yep,
this out.
Yep.
They got it. They got it. Oh,
No,
they
it was
didn't
stolen.
know.
Martin.
He'll get a sentry ward.
Martin Deuce with the plays.
Yeah, right there. He definitely got it. That was the Swift
No,
Hog.
Gambit, no.
That was the Swift Hog. That was beautiful play by Kumba. Keeps
Yeah.
his team in the game.
Yeah. So what Brandon's talking about, Swift Hog, I assume this is what he's talking about at least with that absurd idiom, is that you can hog the Fire Giant as the bar turns from red to yellow, just a bit before it actually shows up in-game on the UI.
There are no percents in the game. We can see percents, but they don't know where it is.
That's right. You can actually hog it right before the UI updates to show you that it is in execute range.
Yeah.
And that's what you saw there from Kumba.
And especially on LAN.
Yeah.
I mean, that's what you're looking for.
Yeah, LAN is really where when you're playing on 0 or 1 latency, it's something you can expect to do with any kind of precision. Oh, body block. Nice, well played.
They
Well
got
played.
it.
Best
It's not over yet. Kraken's going to be enough to finish up the kill in the front, but they do trade out Johnny Boy for it.
Yeah, Johnny Boy goes down to jet skis there. He didn't need to continue in there. It was a bit greedy. Tries doing some trouble now on the side.
Oh,
He gets
Frikingos.
wrapped on. Frikingos now with 4 alive versus the 3 remaining on the side of Isurus.
But where are they going? They're going the wrong way.
What are they going to take? Yeah, back
They gotta
towards your
go-
base
yeah,
to pick up the speed buff
No.
is not.
You have Fire Giant. You got to go take things and shrink the lead. I think, right? That's might.
Yeah. This is a game where you don't want to be behind by a lot.
Oh.
Although they're doing
That's
much better.
why I keep losing.
But once again, Tempesta. Like, how are you 3 levels down?
Yeah, I
just don't understand
this.
where it's going.
You take a look at the experience per minute, and he's
500
near
versus
the bottom, but
700.
I'm looking at Kumba Karna, man. Again, we see someone in the 200 range. That's not okay.
Yeah, and he hasn't really been piled on either. Only 2 deaths. It's not like he has 6 or 7 deaths like you'd expect out of a support. Frikingos, it seems like their biggest weakness is farming well.
I would say the biggest weakness is now time.
Yeah, well, they're certainly running out of time in 19 minutes 30 seconds here as another Gold Fury is going to be coming up shortly here for Isurus Gaming. And yes, they're going to go ahead and start that bad boy up. Gab is here. Kumba's as well. The Hogs are back up. There's a Hog Thief also on Exizian on the Hun bot. It's important to note. He could factor into this one. There's the Banish coming out. Epic uppercut, stun chain. But the Geb Shield's there, and there's the Mercury Ultimate as well. Cataclysm, and Martin, he's going to go down, and that'll make this Gold Fury.
Nap time.
Freezy. Yeah, nap time, but he's not sleepy enough to stay down. Hunbot's ultimate used defensively.
Ooh, that was lucky.
He's going to force the leap right out of, stun, Geb,
Geb,
knock up, boys.
Why is he going
I think the invisibility tricked him.
The invisibility of what?
The fog. Hunbot got stunned out in Nuwa fog, which
Was
made
he-
him go invisible, and I don't think Geb realized he turned the corner where he was.
Has that ever happened before?
It's a first for me.
That's crazy. Have fun. All right, going towards the top side. Red buff going to be taken down easily at that. Jeez. Going to be swinging on to Poseidon, who has a lot of damage experience now. 14,000 without any level 20s. That is raw.
That is a huge advantage.
That is a raw game. Everyone at GNC right now is pumped.
Yeah, they're all harsh gains on the side of Isurus Gaming here. Mercury going to get bailed out by the Geb Shield yet again, and he just dashes away to safety.
They're retreating again. Granted, there are still 3 Fire
Isis,
Giants.
how do you...
The Kraken's huge. Finds one. He's stuck in the whirlpool. Wolves find the second kill. They're going deep here as Mercury is trying to get away. Kumbhakarna does not have a passive this time. They're going deep. Beautiful cripple. They're going to be able to pick that one up. No need to split right here. Even if he gets away, this is going to be a free Phoenix.
Look
and
at
actually,
Wolf.
he's
He's
not getting away.
nailing those in-hands. Is this game?
This actually might be game.
Feels like game.
It could be. I mean, why wouldn't it be? Oh, they don't need another Phoenix. They just need to go in and win.
Mercury low, Gabriel low, no Kraken, but a pretty healthy Bakasura.
Humbas does have all, and he's going to use it.
Nah,
No, he's
nah.
not.
Nah.
Goodbye.
All right, win game, boys. Go win game.
I don't know, man. We're going to start seeing respawns. Isis is up. Kumba's up. Nua's coming up. They're going to back out, and there's a lot of missing HP on this side. Without Fire Giant, looks like they're going to wait this one out. 45
If they
seconds
only
to
would have had a
watch.
Bancroft's talent. With all that missing HP. Oh, Spear of the Magic's done, though. So transitioning into a damage build is old Poseidon here, although he really hasn't had any issues with his very cooldown-centric build of doing plenty of damage.
That's true. I mean, he has done an amazing job in
Yeah.
this game. The Krakens have been phenomenal.
Yeah, it'll be good to see the matchup in the next game. What looks to be a 4-0-4 versus Isurus, to see the mid lane matchup. Both of those mid laners pretty dominant. Both of them playing Poseidon to a high effect here.
That's true. That's definitely true. Fire Giant coming up. Only a few seconds left.
Just looking at kind of the items that are out on the board right now. It's a Void Stone from the Isis. You have a little bit of crit on top of a Jotun's Wrath. You have a Bancroft through the Nuwa, Executioner, and a little bit of crit for Apollo. Versus Chin-Size Rage Blade, Frostbound from Baka, Deathbringer, Golden Bow, Short Sword from Mercury. I mean, it's just really big, high damage items coming out from the core carries.
What's Frostbound?
Frostbound Hammer.
Oh, you mean Heavy Hammer?
Oh yeah, the Frostbound Hammer rank 2.
There's no Frostbound Hammer in this game anymore.
There's the large hammer.
There's the
very inefficient HP gain you get from ranking it up.
It's 200 extra.
Yeah.
It's not great. And you get like 7 damage.
Hey, 7 damage is more than 0.
Oh,
that's
nice
a well-placed
stop right
Mercury
there.
ultimate.
Kumba's trying to work his way back in, but too little, too late. About to be nap time. Needs one more hit, and you're not escaping from a Poseidon. That's for sure.
Yeah, definitely not in. With no passive there, he does go straight down. No Z's for him, just a quick death. And this time, they're not going to have any HP issues, will the boys of Isurus Gaming. They are rolling down the right side lane. 5 members to the 3 of Frikingos. Granted, they're all damage dealers, but a very low-level Isis yet again for Tempesta. It was the Agni in the last game that struggled a lot. Well, and, level 16, wave clear's just not going to be there, and this looks like it may be the game for Isurus Gaming if they can just push in and flex their muscles. It seems likely here, as 5 with Fire Giant buff moving into the base, they want to be the ones to take on 404 in the finals of the Latin American Regional. Kraken coming out, and down goes the Titan of Chaos. Ladies and gentlemen, Isurus Gaming will be going into 404 for the finals, Brandon. And, well, any early predictions?
Honestly, it's going to come down to picks and bans. I mean,
okay.
I think, which we won't be able to see.
Okay, well, but what are like the swing picks in this matchup?
Mercury, Raw. I think
Mercury
are going to be our 2 big ones. We actually have not seen Vulcan at all. It makes me curious to whether they're banning it or they're just not picking it. I don't have that information.
Yeah, I would assume that they're probably not picking or banning Vulcan. He's a little bit more of a flavor of the month meta god.
I think he's just.
I think he's legitimately strong, but he's come into great favor recently.
That's true.
But with that, guys, that does close out our second best of 3. We do know our teams in the finals. We're bringing you that coverage here in just a moment. It's going to be 404 going up against Isurus Gaming, guys. Don't go anywhere. Finals up next. For Brandon, I'm Bart, and we'll see you in just a few.